What's going on, Mitchell Rans, Tom Downey? You're watching NFL Daily by Chat Sports. We have the latest NFL news and rumors to tackle on today's show, and we are going to kick it off with an old veteran quarterback, Philip Rivers, because we're trying to figure out what his future is. So the initial report, Tom, the Chargers, they were moving on from Rivers, but there's been some clarification here.
Yeah, so originally Jay Glazer said the Chargers are going to move on from him on a guest appearance with Colin Cowherd. But he didn't tweet it or article it. It was just, I think from Rivers' perspective, it was just kind of a official flippant comment, yeah, they're probably going to move on from him. And it kind of got picked up as, wow, Glazer says that they're going to, dump him. And then he was like, well, that was out of context. That was an opinion statement, not a factual statement. But it does make sense, and it does seem to be trending in that direction here. There are other reports that all the options are still on the table, but Rivers has moved his family from San Diego, where he was living when the Chargers still played in L.A.,
correct,
down to Florida. And for the Chargers, you're drafting top 10. Rivers is aging. He wasn't that great this past year. Maybe you could try and move on from him.
Yeah, but if you move on from him, Tom, at pick number 7, we've kind of talked about here in the office that you could see them, going in the draft because no offense to Easton Stick or Tyrod Taylor or Tyrod Taylor, those aren't your long-term options there for the Chargers. And for a team that was 12-4 the year before, a rough season, 5-11 in 2019, I still think this is a talented team that if you get a decent quarterback around them, they can win football games. And if I'm the Chargers, I'm trying to figure that long-term option out. Now, maybe Phillip comes back for 1 year. I'd be still pretty surprised by that. I think his time with the Chargers is done. But if you're Philip Rivers, you should say, hey, the Chargers this year, we just had a bit of a down year because in 2018, 2017, 2016, he made the Pro Bowl in all 3 of those years.
Yeah, it's the Pro Bowl. I put zero stock in it, and everyone else out there should as well. I don't know how much left he has in the tank. And I think he's in a weird spot. Does he want to go with kind of your more typical older quarterback who goes somewhere else for 1 year or 2 years? Or does he take the Eli route and just hang out and retire as a Charger legend? It's a tough call.
We got a question for everyone. Will Philip Rivers be on the Chargers in 2020? Type Y for yes, type N for no.
I'm going to type in my N here, Mitch. I don't think he's going to end up on LA. I think there's a good chance he goes somewhere else or is forced to retire into one of those early retirement theirs. But if you guys are watching on YouTube, you might get hit with an ad break. If you do, scroll on down to the pinned comment. We've made this comment here. You can type your votes, Y or N, right there.
Now, there's been a lot of rumors around Drew Brees about his future with the Saints. I still think he's got a lot left in the tank. A big difference between Philip Rivers.
I think for Brees, he's also in a different situation where his team very clearly wants him back, right? The Saints want to retain him. Their mindset is if Brees wants to play, he's going to play. And for Brees, it's not am I going to go play for the Saints or am I going to go somewhere else? For Brees, it is I am going to either play for the Saints or I'm going to go have a lucrative media career as a Tony Romo type commenter after my career ends. And then for the Saints side of it, now Brees is going to take about a month, which is a good timeline for the Saints because they got some decisions to make, Mitch. Brees is a free agent with a pretty significant cap hit coming up. Teddy Bridgewater is a free agent. He's going to get paid in the offseason. And Taysom Hill is a restricted free agent. So there are 3 guys that they did use this season. They're all free agents. But it begins with quarterback 1 in Drew Brees.
So what will Drew Brees do? Type R for retire, type P for play. Tom and I will give our answers. We'll give some shout-outs to some of the people that are watching here. So what will Drew Brees do? R for retire or P for play? Now, we do have a special offer. If anyone out there, maybe you got a Valentine, you want to get a special gift for your mom, your significant other, your wife, daughter, we got a special deal. Chatsports.com/flowers. 15% off flowers and gift. Did you get your wife anything?
Not yet. Well, okay, let me rephrase.
Get out of the doghouse, Tom. Go to chatsports.com/flowers.
Let me rephrase. It's not here yet. I already ordered from Flo Flowers. I took care of that a week ago.
Okay.
It's just not here yet. So I did get her something. I just don't have it yet. So I feel like until I get it, I don't have it. Does that make sense?
That makes sense,
okay.
Tom.
So I'm just Making sure.
Go get your significant other or, maybe at this point, your ex-wife something. Chatsports.com/flowers. Let's talk about Taysom Hill, Tom. Quarterback of the future for the Saints.
Let's not.
I know. I saw your notes, and I'm just going to let you take this one.
Again, this is why, we don't publish my notes because I am very vulgar, and I just...
His notes would get blocked on YouTube.
I stream of conscious everything. This doesn't make sense. Look, Pro Football Talking Jiggers are like, yeah, the Saints think Taysom Hill's the quarterback of the future. Is he a part of their future?
Sure.
I think yes. Look, Hill's a really fun football player. I like him. The Saints have kind of maximized him. This is y'all's quarterback of the future? The stats. That's your guy? No, he's not. Like Taysom Hill, fun football player.
Absolutely.
There is room for Taysom Hill on every single 53-man roster because he can do so many different things for you. He can be a receiver, 19 grabs, 234 yards, 6 touchdowns. And on the ground, 27 carries, 156 yards in the score, and he's good on special teams. Like, he's fun. He's what Tim Tebow should have tried to be in the NFL. But he's not a quarterback. If you make him into a quarterback, you're losing the special teams and you're losing the receiving ability. He's like the ultimate Swiss Army knife, and Sean Payton does a fantastic job of maximizing him. But if you're making Taysom Hill into a full-time quarterback, you're not getting a great quarterback. This is a dude who completes maybe 50% of his passes. He's not a great thrower of the football. Awesome athlete, really versatile piece. He's not your quarterback of the future. And Pro Football Talk was like, even if the Saints put a first-round tender on him, he could still have interest. Bullshit. No. There's not going to be an NFL team that throws a bunch of money out at Taysom Hill and then gives him a first-round pick.
Well, I think the thing that people need to realize, like I see Vigorous Bull, he's typing 1. Nick Miller says 0. Mm-hmm. Get your votes in here. 1 for yes, 0 for no. People don't realize that Taysom Hill, he's about to be over the hill.
Taysom Hill is not a young player. Taysom Hill, when the season starts, he's going to turn 30 years old. Like the reality is for Hill, he's a athlete of the present. You bring back Drew Brees and you say, okay, Hill's your future, and you re-sign Hill. Well, now next year he's 31 years old with like 30 passes to his name. And frankly, I realize what the option here is in terms of your quarterbacks. You have Taysom Hill, you have Drew Brees, Teddy Bridgewater. That makes more sense as a future franchise quarterback. Teddy Bridgewater, much younger. He's 27 years old. He was the guy the Saints turned to. Here's what I don't understand. I realize the reports are out there, Mitch. If Taysom Hill was your future franchise quarterback, why did you trade for Teddy Bridgewater? Why did you re-sign Teddy Bridgewater? Why did you play Bridgewater over Taysom Hill when Drew Brees went down? Doesn't make sense to me. Not at all.
Totally agree, Tom. Taysom Hill, Teddy Bridgewater, we're going to be interacting with you guys. And if you love the NFL, don't miss anything all offseason long. Click subscribe, turn on the notification bell so you know exactly when we go live here at Chat Sports. The way that we find out the real diehards, the people that eat, breathe, sleep, NFL sports, those are the people that watch these shows in the offseason. So click subscribe, hit the big red button. And for those of you that can't find the red button, Mom, I'm looking at you. Click the link below, youtube.com/chatsportstv. Let's talk about Patrick Mahomes and that extension to wait. He's going to get paid, but it sounds like he's going to have to wait.
So this is interesting. My initial reaction was, what are the Chiefs doing? Why are they waiting? And I always got to remind myself, it does take 2 to make an extension happen.
Yep.
And Chiefs owner Clark Hunt was like, yeah, an extension will happen within 12 to 15 months. And we're like, now, wait a minute, you're going to take an entire extra offseason? That's going to be more expensive. But I also want to think about it from Mahomes' perspective. If he waits and Deshaun Watson gets paid, if he waits and Dak Prescott gets paid, if he waits and Kirk Cousins gets another new deal, the market goes up. And as the salary cap goes up, Mahomes' deal will also go up in the end. So it does take 2 to make an extension happen. If I'm the Chiefs, I'm not worried about Mahomes leaving. Like, that's not... I think he wants to be there. He loves Andy Reid. He loves Kansas City. He's doing a fantastic job. He's in the Super Bowl. I'm worried about just how much money it's going to be. Yeah, he's going to get the most money. How much more than the next highest guy is going to be the question there.
So we'll ask everyone watching, how much would you pay Patrick Mahomes per year?
I'm going to give him up to 40. And not to 40, 40 and beyond. Like, I'm giving him an open checkbook, frankly. Like, here it is.
Blank Check. You ever see that movie, Blank Check, growing up as a kid?
Never heard of it.
Watch it. And if anybody has watched it, type me. So, how much would you pay Mahomes per year?
Yeah, looking at Mahomes' contract right now, 2019, he had a $4.48 million cap hit. That's where he stood. That's what he made, not salary, just in terms of the cap hit impact. So it includes some signing bonus from his when he first signed his rookie contract. 2020 was $5.2 million. 2021, that's kind of still more of an estimate because there is a $25 million cap hit on that in terms of projected for the fifth-year option. It ends up being top 10 average of the salary, so it's not the true per year. It just kind of ends up being a little bit lower. Around 25, we'll see what other deals end up getting done between now and when that fifth-year option ends up getting picked up. And then 2020, that's when he becomes a free agent. Of course, it's also the franchise tag as an option too. So it's been super cheap lately. It's about to skyrocket for Patrick Mahomes.
Now, we have another sponsor on today's show, and for those of you that watch the show all the time, you'll know about BetDSI, and you know they are the #1 sports book on the internet. If you want to bet on the Super Bowl, if you don't want to bet on the Super Bowl because, hey, maybe you don't like the 49ers or Chiefs, you can also bet on NBA games as well. Go to chatsports.com/bet. Use our promo code NFL120. That gets you a 120% deposit bonus. So what does that mean? You put down 50, you get 60 for free. You put down 100, get 120 for free. That's BetDSI, chatsports.com/bet. Let's talk about the Dallas Cowboys. A lot of quarterback extensions here. Dak Prescott. He's been patient, which I'll give him credit.
He's been very patient, and it's going to pay off for him in the end because by waiting after Jared Goff and waiting after Carson Wentz, the way NFL contracts work mean that Prescott made himself an extra million or two or three, whatever it ends up being, on his per-year salary. Both sides continue to say that they want to get a deal done. I am frankly just tired of it at this point. Like, can I just get the deal done already? It's pretty clear both sides want it done. We know it's going to come in around $33 million, give or take an extra one or two. Just do it at that point. I am frustrated by it as a Cowboys fan because once you figure out Dak, you can move on to the rest of your massive needs. The longer you take with Dak, longer everything else is going to take is my main fear as well.
So what should the Cowboys do with Dak? Do you tag him type T, type E for extend, type W for walk, Tom? Give your answer, and then we'll give some shout-outs.
I think it's pretty easy. You pay him right now, you extend him, and you do it quickly. That way it's done. You have it set up. He's not asking for 40 on like a 5-year deal. It's going to come in around 34-ish. You know, you can round up or down, whichever way you want to go. Get it done, and then you're set at that point.
So we'll give some shout-outs. Indiana Sports says E. Timothy says E. You can read this quote.
Yeah, the quote here from Dak Prescott is that I've got confidence something will get done. Obviously, being the Cowboys quarterback is second to none. There are very few positions in all of sports that are comparable to it. My mindset is to be in Dallas, and I've got the confidence in my team, meaning his agents, by the way, to get something done and the confidence in the Cowboys that we'll be able to. And I've made this point a lot on the Cowboys report. I'll make it a lot here as well. If you wait, it gets more expensive. Deshaun Watson, Patrick Mahomes, Drew Brees in theory, Tom Brady in theory, and Kirk Cousins coming up in a little bit as well, they're all going to have new extensions. And I know the argument is, well, if you pay Dak Prescott top quarterback money, you can't build out the rest of your team. The Niners made Jimmy Garoppolo the highest paid quarterback in the NFL like 2 years ago.
5 years, 137.
Look where they are now. You can absolutely do it. Doesn't make it tougher. Sure. At this point, I just say get it done for the Cowboys and move on to your other pressing needs.